There's a thing that every astronaut says, and every one of them says it slightly apologetically, like they know it sounds like a line. You are not floating. You are falling. You've been falling since the engine's cut, and you'll keep falling the entire time you're up here. The only reason you never hit the ground is that you're also travelling sideways at about 5 miles every second. That's it. That's the whole trick. Weightlessness isn't the absence of gravity. Gravity up here is nearly as strong as it is in your kitchen. You're just falling around the planet instead of into it. Everything else that happens to you follows from that. The first thing that happens isn't wonder, it's your face. On Earth, your blood is being pulled downward all day, every day, and your body spends enormous effort pushing it back up. Take the pull away, and all of that fluid goes where it's always been trying to go. Upward, into your chest, your neck, your head. Your face swells and softens. Your legs thin out. The crews call them bird legs or chicken legs. Your sinuses block like the worst cold you've ever had, and it doesn't clear because there's nowhere for it to drain to. And for a lot of people, somewhere around half, the first 2 or 3 days are simply spent feeling sick. Your inner ear is reporting a fall that never lands. Your eyes are reporting a room that's perfectly still. Neither will back down. Nobody mentions this part in the documentaries. The view is right there, out of the window, and for the first 2 days a good number of astronauts can't bring themselves to look at it. Then it passes. It passes for almost everyone. And you go to the window. But before the window, the station. Here's the first thing that surprises people. And it surprises them because every film about space gets it wrong. It's loud. Not dramatic, not alarming, just constantly, relentlessly noisy. A broadband mechanical hum that never stops for a second the entire time you are aboard. Fans, because air doesn't move on its own up here. Without them, the carbon dioxide you breathe out would simply hang around your head in an invisible cloud until you passed out. And coolant pumps running continuously because heat doesn't drive either. Early crews wore earplugs. The station is much quieter now than it was. Baffles, insulation, better equipment, and crews sleep in soundproofed compartments to give their ears a rest. They still take regular hearing tests, and they still send sound readings down to mission control. Partly to check the noise levels, and partly because if the sound in a module ever changes, that could mean the hull is leaking. And then there's the smell. Not inside. Inside smells like a busy workshop, with warm electronics and other people, the way any small shared space does. Outside, when someone comes back in from a spacewalk and the airlock repressurizes, something comes in with them. It's on the suit, on the gloves, and the tools. Every astronaut who smelled it describes it in almost exactly the same words. Seared steak, hot metal, welding fumes, burnt almonds, some of them say. A vacuum has no smell. Whatever this is, it's something that happens to the surfaces when they come back into air. And the people who've breathed it say it's unmistakable and completely unlike anything on Earth. Right now, the window. There's a module on the station that's almost entirely window. 7 panes arranged like the inside of a lantern, pointing down at the planet. You put your head into it, and the Earth is not below you or in front of you. It's everywhere. It fills the frame edge to edge and keeps going past the edges. And it's moving, visibly, continuously, not drifting, travelling, at a speed you can watch. The first thing almost everyone says is that the colours are wrong. Not wrong, more. The blue is more blue than blue is supposed to be. There's no haze between you and it, no atmosphere softening the distance, so it arrives at full strength. The second thing is that you're much closer than you imagined. The station orbits about 400 kilometres up. That's London to Edinburgh, straight up. You are not looking at a globe hanging in space. That's a picture taken from much further away. And it's the image everyone carries in their head. From here, the Earth is a curved surface directly beneath you, close enough that you can pick out rivers, roads cutting straight lines through desert. And you can see the things we've done at a scale we can't see from inside them. Deforestation edges. The brown plume where a river meets the sea after rain. Not as statistics, as shapes. You go around the planet once every 90 minutes, which means the sun comes up 16 times a day and goes down 16 times a day. A sunrise on Earth is a slow event. You can watch it happen over half an hour and feel time passing. Up here it takes seconds. The whole sequence, that deep red at the horizon, then orange, then the sudden white, compressed into a few heartbeats, and then it's daylight and it's over. And here is the strangest sentence in this entire film. It stops being an event. By about the fourth one, you carry on working through it. Your body has no idea what to do with this. There's no daylight to anchor to. Sleep has to be scheduled by clock and enforced by discipline. In a dark padded booth the size of a phone box, strapped loosely into a bag so you don't drift into equipment in the night. Your arms float up while you sleep. Everyone's do. You wake up with your hands in front of your face as if you've been holding something. And the speed, you can see it. Not as blur, you're far too high for that. As a slow, absolutely relentless slide. Continents arrive at the edges of the window and leave the other side. An entire ocean crosses in about 20 minutes. Crews describe watching a place they've been to on holiday appear, pass beneath them and disappear in less time than it takes to make a cup of tea. And then there's the thing they all come back to, every one of them. The thing they say is impossible to explain properly once you're home. When you look out sideways at the edge of the planet, you can see the atmosphere from the side, edge on. And it's a line. A bright blue-green band sitting on the surface, and it is thin. Astronauts reach for the same comparison over and over. The skin on an apple, a layer you feel you could rub out with your thumb. Everything that has ever lived is inside that line. Every forest, every ocean, every person who has ever drawn a breath. Every argument anyone has ever had. You have spent your entire life being told the sky is enormous, and from up here it's a film of gas clinging to a rock, and you can see exactly where it stops. Then you cross the Terminator and the whole thing changes. The night side is not dark, it's covered in us. Cities are sprawling orange webs, roads between them as thin, bright threads. You can see the shape of a country in its light, where people are dense, where they aren't, where a coastline is because the lights simply stop. The colours have been changing too. The old orange sodium glow is being replaced by cold white LED, city by city, year by year, and from up here you can watch it happening. And then the weather. Thunderstorms from above don't look like flashes, they look like something inside the cloud. Light spreading sideways through it, sow to sow, hundreds of miles of storm lighting up in sequence like something signalling. And the aurora isn't above you, it's beside you. A curtain of green standing off the edge of the planet at roughly your own altitude, moving slowly, and you fly past it. There's a name for what happens next. It was coined in the 80s, and NASA still uses it. The overview effect. It's the shift people report after seeing the whole thing at once. The sense that the categories they'd organised their life around have quietly stopped applying. Not a religious experience for most of them, something more like a correction. Some describe it as a protectiveness, some describe it as a kind of grief. A lot of them say the hardest part isn't being up there, it's afterwards. That ordinary life, traffic, small talk, the news, all of it feels slightly like it's happening behind glass. And then you come home, and gravity is appalling. Your own arms are heavy, you put a cup down in mid-air and it falls. And for a fraction of a second, you're genuinely surprised. "16 times a day, right now, above you, somebody is watching the sun come up and getting on with their work."